Today we're going to discuss the question, has Islam surpassed Khabib? With a KO over Volk, Islam now holds 3 title wins. Khabib has 4, but is the level of competition that Islam faced enough to surpass his predecessor? Let's look at the resumes. Khabib fought Ally Quinta, who was on short notice, and he dominated him from pillar to post, but he didn't finish him. Conor McGregor, he smashed him and finished him. He smashed Dustin Poirier, but Dustin Poirier had a moment where it looked like he had a very good guillotine in that was very tight, but just a few seconds later he got finished by a choke himself. And his last fight was Justin Gaethje. He walked him down and put him out in the second round. In those 4 fights, he only lost 1 or 2 rounds. Now let's look at Islam's title fights. Islam won the title against Charles Oliveira at the time. Charles was the 2nd greatest lightweight of all time. He now fell down to 3rd place. Islam had a good round 1 against him, and then he dropped him in round 2 and jumped to the submission, and that was a pretty dominant victory. Then he fought Volk, the pound for pound number 1, and that was in Australia, and he won a very close decision there. Volk, also the featherweight GOAT, he fought him again now, short notice after surgery with home advantage, and he absolutely destroyed him. I think he did what he had to do to Volk. Like, he could not have gone like to a decision or even have a competitive fight with Volk. He really needed to destroy him. And in these 2 rounds, in these 3 fights, he lost 1 or 2 rounds to Volk. I'd say he lost 2. I remember scoring the fight 48-47 after rewatching it 70 times. And overall, I can say that Islam has fought way better competition than Khabib, but Khabib looked more dominant than him for the most part. And remember, Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje were monsters at the time, okay? Especially Justin. And Khabib just made them look easy as fuck, honestly. But Islam also made Charles look easy, and he struggled against Volk a lot in the first fight, and then he did what he had to do in the rematch. Overall, I still think Khabib has the better legacy, especially if you compare their roots to the belts. It was a bit harder for Khabib to get to the belt. Like, Islam got, I think, Dan Hooker and Bobby Green on short notice. Khabib didn't have that. He fought guys like Edson Barbosa and Michael Johnson and just absolutely smashed them. But if Islam gets 1 or 2 more wins, he definitely surpasses Khabib in my opinion. But of course, it also depends on how he gets them and against whom. Like, if he, let's say Charles is out again and Mateusz Gamrot steps in and he goes to a split decision with Gamrot, that's another story. But if he puts on a good performance versus Charles, gets a win against Gaethje, it can even be a close win in my opinion, or it doesn't have to be super dominant, then he surpasses Khabib in my opinion. I am excited to see lightweight history go down. We might be watching the lightweight GOAT right now, or the future lightweight GOAT. But honestly, if Charles comes back, maybe Charles will be the 2nd greatest lightweight. I don't think he can become the greatest lightweight of all time because he just has too many L's on his record. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Campeão has have a name. His name is Islam Makhachev.